I never thought my military instincts would come back to save my family in the suburbs. I served as a Navy SEAL for years, survived missions most people wouldn't believe, but I never expected the greatest battle of my life would happen right in my backyard, and that the enemy would be a woman named Karen and Wade, tyrant with a gun in a personal vendetta. It all started a few months ago. My wife and I had just welcomed our first child into the world. A beautiful, healthy baby boy. We named him Caleb. He was tiny, peaceful, and perfect. The hospital stay was brief, no complications, so we brought him home to what we thought was going to be the safest place in the world. A quiet neighborhood, good schools, low crime, nice houses, and run community that promised order, cleanliness, and safety. We had no idea what we were walking into. The first time I met Karen, she was already staring at us like we didn't belong. She lived 2 houses down, mid-50s, blonde bob, haircut, always wore sunglasses, and had a clipboard in her hand. Every single day, she walked the neighborhood like she was a drill sergeant inspecting troops. Except instead of enemy soldiers, she harassed homeowners over porch lights, mailboxes, and garden gnomes. She didn't like us from day one. Maybe it was because we were young. Maybe because I drove a truck she didn't like. Or maybe she just hated joy. Because when we set up a blue welcome banner with Caleb's name on it, she marched over to ours after we came home from the hospital. No congratulations, no welcome to the neighborhood. Just shouting, "That banner is not approved under wall guidelines. You need to take it down." My wife, who had just given birth and was barely holding herself together, tried to reason with her. "We'll take it down in a few days. It's just a baby banner." But Karen wouldn't listen. She kept yelling, and I could feel my blood boiling. I faced terrorists who treated civilians better than she did, but I stayed calm. I gently told her to leave. She did, but not before snapping photos of our front yard like we were criminals. That was only the beginning. 2 days later, I caught her snooping around the side of our house. When I confronted her, she claimed she was checking for illegal modifications. There were none. Then she started sending us violation letters. First the banner, then the mailbox, then a claim that our baby's crying was disturbing the peace. That's when I knew we weren't dealing with just a rule enforcer. We were dealing with someone unhinged still. I didn't want trouble. I just wanted peace for my son, so I reinforced the security cameras around the house, checked the locks every night, in state alert. Then the day came, a Saturday morning, perfect weather, the kind of morning where birds sing and sunlight pours gently into your yard. My wife and I were in the backyard. I was holding Caleb, rocking him in my arms. My wife was sipping tea. We were talking about baby milestones and dreaming about our future. Then Karen walked in, not knocked, not called, just walked straight into our backyard. Sunglasses on, clipboard in hand, but this time, something was off. She looked angry, worse than usual. Her voice was raised. She started ranting about how we weren't allowed to install a baby swing. She said it violated some community safety clause, but we hadn't even put up the swing yet. Just laid it on the ground. Still in the box, she kept screaming. My wife told her politely to leave. I told her this was trespassing, but she wouldn't listen. Then she reached into her purse and pulled out a black pistol. Everything went silent in my head. In the military, you learn how to recognize a threat in milliseconds. This wasn't a bluff. This wasn't a scare tactic. Her finger was on the trigger. She pointed the gun in our direction and screamed something about us ruining her neighborhood. I didn't think. I moved. I spun and shielded Caleb with my body. A shot rang out. The sound of the bullet cracked through the air like thunder. Pain exploded in my left shoulder. I dropped to my knees, but never let go of my son. My wife screamed. Karen froze, like she realized what she just did. I shouted for my wife to get the baby. I stood back up with blood pouring down my arm. She tried to raise the gun again, but she didn't know who she was dealing with. In less than 2 seconds, I had crossed the space between us. Disarmed her and pinned her to the ground. Gun secure. Threat neutralized. She was sobbing, trying to claim it was an accident, that she just wanted to scare us. But the safety was off, and the gun was loaded. The police arrived 10 minutes later. Karen was arrested right there on the lawn, gun in an evidence bag. Neighbors started coming out of their houses, some recording, Others stunned into silence. Karen kept yelling she was the victim, that we had attacked her. But the camera footage told the truth. Paramedics treated my wound. The bullet had gone straight through my shoulder, missed the bone. I was lucky. Caleb was completely safe. My wife was shaken but unharmed, and I knew one thing. I would never let anyone hurt my family again. Karen was charged with multiple felonies: attempted murder, assault with a deadly weapon, endangerment of a child, trespassing, and unlawful firearm possession. Her mugshot made the local news. She was denied bail. The WAP tried to play innocent, said they didn't condone her actions, but we found emails from the WAP president supporting her complaints against us. That was all I needed. I sued the WAP for negligence, harassment, and emotional damage. We won a major settlement, and we moved far away from that cursed community. Today Caleb is safe, my wife is strong, and I'm thankful. Every single day I was home to protect them. Being a Navy SEAL taught me discipline, courage, and how to respond under pressure. But fatherhood taught me love, and that love gave me the strength to take a bullet for my son without hesitation. You can never fully leave behind the battlefield. Sometimes it follows you into your quietest moments, but as long as I breathe, no enemy, no weapon, no Karen will ever touch my family again. Because I'm a father, I'm a protector, and I'm a SEAL.